Hey, what's up? It's Roy, and we're going to do another one of these driving videos. I got a nice little mount for my camera to be able to talk to you a little better here in the car. So anyways, today what I wanted to talk about is a phrase that I came up with, a saying, a statement, or whatever, that really just, to me, has made all the difference in the world in being able to deal with my own shit, my own baggage, my own stuff, and help me interpret everybody else in the world and how they behave and how they act. And it's, you know, really, it's very impactful to me, because whenever I get all caught up in bullshit, I'm able to come back to this phrase, and I'm able to kind of straighten myself out and get back on the right track and be more present with myself and with the world around me, and really just get out of whatever funk that I'm in by recognizing the truth in this one simple saying. So without any further ado, I'll reveal the saying itself, which is, we're all fucked up, broken, and insecure. And let's sit with that for a minute. We're all fucked up, broken, and insecure. And what makes this so powerful is that as soon as you recognize this, as soon as you realize this, as soon as you learn to accept that that is your truth, that's my truth, that's your spouse or your partner's truth, that's your kid's truth, that's your parents' truth, that's your business associate's truth, that's everybody's truth. That we're all fucked up, broken, and insecure. The sooner you can recognize that personal truth that we all try and keep hidden inside, and the sooner that you become honest with yourself about this truth, the sooner you can start trying to lead a good life anyway, trying to have a positive impact in the world anyway, trying to enjoy happiness and contentment and fulfillment anyway. And I think that a lot of the struggles that we have personally, professionally, in all sorts of situations come out of a denial of this one truth, that we're all fucked up, broken, and insecure. And when you deny this truth, when you look around at the facade, at the carefully curated public image that people create for themselves, when you look at that and you think that that is their true self, what happens is this lie that we all create about who we are is what you start to compare with your inner reality, which is that you're fucked up, broken, and insecure. Now, the thing is, you create this same lie too. So, you doctor the images you put on Facebook, or you take 30 pictures and then you only use one, and it's the best one, and it's the one that doesn't show your, facial blemishes as much or any of that. When you do that, everybody else is looking at your public image that you've created, that you've carefully curated, and they're comparing their fucked up, broken, and insecure inner selves to that as well. And so they're feeling the same insecurities as you are, because they recognize their brokenness, they recognize their all the different ways that they're fucked up, and they're insecure because they see you as this person who has their shit together, this person who's not fucked up and broken, because that's the image that you were so careful to curate out in the world. And this actually makes me think back to like high school and popular cliques and all of that stuff. And then you meet some of those people years and years later, and you realize that they had the same baggage, that they had the same shit going on that you did, that they had all the same insecurities, and you know, maybe they ran with a different clique than you did, and you saw them from afar as being this person who had their stuff together, but the reality is that they didn't have their stuff together any better than you did. They were just different, and they ran with some different people. And you know, if we don't recognize this in high school, I think the honesty and the humanity that would be created would make, you know, that world and the world at large a very different place. You know, if we were taught this from day one, it would really change the trajectory of all our lives. But we can still like recognize this today and make that decision. And you know, whenever we find ourselves getting caught up in how we're fucked up and how we're broken, how we're insecure, whenever we find ourselves getting caught up in that, we can recognize it now that you know this truth, now that you have this bit of wisdom or perspective or whatever you want to call it. You can recognize this truth, and you can acknowledge that, oh, this is just me being fucked up, broken, and insecure, and maybe not looking at other people in their experience and realizing that they're fucked up, broken, and insecure too. And so when you have that realization, suddenly you can work on the deeper issue, which is this disconnection, this trying to be somebody that you're not, rather than remaining caught up in that disconnection, rather than remaining caught up in feeling like, oh God, if anybody ever figures out that I'm fucked up, broken, and insecure, then my life is going to be over. What they're going to recognize is that, oh, this person is more like me than I ever thought. So I guess in that spirit, one thing that I did want to talk about before this was over is some of my own fucked up, broken, and insecureness, and really just be honest about that. And so what all right, so number one is the fact that I have acne. I have stuff that goes on with my pores and with my beard hair that causes sores on my face that almost never go away, and there's almost always something. And so I've known for a long time that I wanted to do videos for YouTube, and I've known that it's more relatable and personal if I am here in front of the camera with you. But I've also hidden from the camera for that reason, for not liking my hair. I'm still wearing a hat right now, but for all sorts of reasons that have made me feel insecure about stepping in front of the camera. I used to hate my voice. I like my voice a lot more now that I've worked on it. But also there are some much deeper things, like I have ADHD, and I've been pretty open and honest about that in my writing and in places where I've revealed myself. What I don't talk as much about is when I tried ADHD medicine to address my ADHD, I got all caught up in some work stuff and some personal stuff, and I almost ruined the life that I built for myself because of becoming addicted to ADHD medicine. And it was a really painful process to end that addiction. I actually got really sick, and maybe it was my body helping me get out of that addiction. I got really sick, and that's what caused me to finally like tear up my last prescription and flush the rest of the bottle of pills down the toilet so I couldn't see them at all. Even just last year, I took on a couple client projects that were great opportunities, but were maybe not the best fit. And I failed at 2 projects in a row. and they were rather high stakes for myself and for the client, and it was frustrating. And rather than me being able to just recognize, okay, I made a stupid mistake getting into that, and failure might have been not necessarily inevitable, but highly likely, and next time I'll learn from that and do something different. What happened is I started feeling fucked up, broken, and insecure, and I actually slipped into some pretty bad depression that took a while to pull myself out of. And actually now I'm back working on client projects that are a better fit and kicking butt. And it was only when I realized, I'm dealing with this same fucked up, broken, and insecure stuff that I was really able to pull out of it and really be productive about getting back on track. And everybody suffers in being a parent. There are moments where I feel my own fucked upness, my own brokenness, my own insecurities coming out in how I interact with my kids because of things where we see certain things we don't like about ourselves developing in our kids, and we want to help steer them clear of that. But rather than working with ourselves first and like coming to terms with the fact that we've probably been broken, we've been fucked up, broken, and insecure our whole lives, we hide the fact that that's going on, and we don't address it in ourselves, and we take it out on our kids that we see that. Whereas maybe a more productive approach is dealing with our own stuff, and then having an honest conversation and dealing with this doesn't mean that we can never be mad. It doesn't mean we can never be fucked up, broken, and insecure. It means that we're always fucked up, broken, and insecure, and sometimes that makes us mad, and sometimes that makes us sometimes we can be happy about the ways that we're fucked up, broken, and insecure, and how it expresses itself in our lives. But it's all about being honest with that, and when it knocks us off track and when it knocks us off course, being able to course correct and like step back on. And there's a lot of ways to do that, and mindfulness and coaching, where somebody reflects on this with us, and meditation and counseling, and all of that can be productive ways to deal with this. But the first step is always that you have to be honest about the fact that you're dealing with the same shit that every other human being is. You're fucked up, broken, and insecure, and you'll probably never grow out of that because you're human. But you can learn to be productive with it. You can learn to have a good life with it. You can learn to be like satisfied and embrace who you are with all your foibles and everything that makes you unique and interesting. And from that point, you can, once you have that realization and acceptance, you can really start to move on and do some incredible stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people who are very broken, who are very fucked up, who do incredible things, for the world, for themselves, for their families, for their communities. And it's usually the ones who have the most honesty with themselves about it that are making the biggest impact for everyone around them. And so I guess the number one takeaway here is to realize that I'm fucked up, broken, and insecure, and you are fucked up, broken, and insecure, and we all are. And if we can accept that and love that in ourselves, because that's what makes us unique, if we can embrace that from this place of love and acceptance, and still try and live a good life and be a good human being anyway, then that is what it takes to be happy, to be satisfied, to have ongoing commitment and peace with who you are, and better relationships and better results in all of your life. And so I wish that for you today, with love. So I hope this has been a helpful video for you, and I look forward to sharing more on all sorts of topics about business, life, marketing, selling, copywriting, all that stuff again soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.